Good evening and thank you for joining me once again for the first edition of BBC News Tonight at 8 p.m. My name is Moureen Babirye and my colleague on sign language, Mohamed Mogalu. In our first report, we start off in Mbarara district where President Yoweri Museveni has commended the children of the late Reverend Sserwadda for honoring his legacy by constructing a church in his memory. In a speech delivered by Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Tayebwa, the President recalls Reverend Sserwadda, a courageous individual who defied negative African traditions and served God and ensured the education of his children, including the girls, like the head of Investors Protection Unit, Colonel Edith Nakalema Asizua.
President Yoweri Museveni commended the children of the late Reverend Sserwadda for honoring his legacy by constructing a church in his memory, which was inaugurated on Sunday in Kashari Town Council, Mbarara District.
Mama Janet and I joined the family of Sserwadda to commemorate and celebrate the life of their father, who departed from our midst a year ago.
President recalls Reverend Sserwadda as a courageous individual who defied negative African traditions, served God, and ensured the education of his children, like the head of Investors Protection Unit, Colonel Edith Nakalema Asizua.
The new converts stopped the worship of spirits, Emmanuel, gave up drinking alcohol, stopped sharing with drinking pots, which spread diseases among people. They learned to boil milk and water for drinking, and the majority took their children to school, including the girls. Previously, only boys were sent to school, while the girls stayed at home, preoccupied with house chores, that is cooking, fetching water, etc. This negative tradition was eliminated by the revival vanguard families. You can see how the late Sserwadda prioritized the education of all his children despite his meager resources. Therefore, Christianity ushered in enlightenment to individuals and communities.
The memorial service organized by the family members, led by the senior army officer and anti-corruption advocate Colonel Edith Nakalema, was also to unveil a church built in the father's memory.
He said to my daughter, I know you're going to build that church. That was on 6th. On 7th, he went and preached in Reshangu a long sermon, and on 8th, he passed on. So I went to his friends and brothers, and I said, I am not going to look for His Excellency the President to help me on the instruction of my father. He told me as a daughter, I have brothers, I have sisters. I said we are going to build a church. And we are here to say thank you very much. We have built this church.
She remembers her father as a wonderful parent with no money but with a lot of love and care.
Friends, I want to tell you that it is not money, it is not property that makes people happy. It is the love that you give to your children that will make them who they are, wherever they will be. The love that has the touch, your physical presence. My father's hand, my father had soft, big hands.
The Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Right Reverend Stephen Kazimba Mugaru, commended the Reverend Sserwadda for being committed to the service of God.
You can do good things minus Jesus. Your good things can be very good for that. So the main important thing why we remember this man he accepted Jesus Christ as his personal Savior.
He encouraged the Ugandans to desist from preaching hatred, but urged the populace to embrace love.
I want to invite you as God's people and as Ugandans, let us promote love instead of hatred. Let us promote forgiveness to one another and reconciliation, because this is our country. Love should be the language we speak everywhere. Don't be diverted by other things. Let it be tribe.
The chairman, Reverend Sserwadda Foundation, Professor Justice Andrew Kahoha, says it was befitting to construct a church in Reverend Sserwadda's memory.
Reverend Sserwadda was rooted in religious tradition, founded in the revival movement, strong spiritually and built on a strong moral foundation.
The event attracted several top government officials, members of parliament, army generals, senior police officers, and Kashari residents. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Mbarara.
The Vice President, Major retired Jessica Lupo, has commended the bilateral relations between Uganda and China, applauding the Chinese government for their contribution to Uganda's economic development. This was during the 2026 Chinese New Year Temple Fair and cultural events at Millennium Chambers in Kampala. Take a look.
Over the years, Ugandan and China communities have hosted a temple fair-style celebration in Kampala ahead of the Lunar New Year, featuring Chinese folk art, lion dances, martial arts performances, Chinese cuisine and cultural exchanges. On Sunday, members of the Chinese community in Uganda, government officials and business leaders gathered at Millennium Grounds Lugogo to celebrate the Spring Festival Temple Fair. The colorful event, dubbed Taste of China Spring Festival Temple Fair, featured Chinese cuisine, cultural exhibitions, traditional performances, interactive cultural experiences showcasing China's rich heritage.
这节课锣鼓声声辞旧岁，笑语盈盈迎新春。身在乌干达的华侨华人同胞们。
Spring Festival is a time of reunion, gratitude, and new beginning. This morning, as we celebrate, we also recognize the strong friendship between China and Uganda, two nations connected by cooperation, trade, and shared aspirations for development. To our Uganda guests,
我们希望让更多的乌干达人民通过这次庙会，感受到中国文化的魅力。
So through the event today, we hope that we can let our Uganda friends to experience more Chinese culture exchange and to connect with our hearts, with
也让大家感受到中国是好客之民族。
And we also want Uganda friends to know our hospitality of our Chinese culture.
中乌之间的交流不能光停留在经贸往来上，文化民间交流更为之重要。
So the communication between China and Uganda is not only on trade and economic part. We also want to do some culture exchange on our Chinese culture.
Vice President retired Major Jessica Lupo was the chief guest. She said Uganda has benefited from China's support through science and technology cooperation and investment.
At the bilateral level, I thank the government and the people of China for the achievements registered in our infrastructure sector, where the Chinese companies have participated in constructing some of our best roads in the country. I I thank the government and the people of China for enhancing our education by offering us numerous scholarships.
Alupo officially launched the China-Uganda Year of People-to-People Exchanges, wishing the Chinese community a prosperous new year. She furthermore reaffirmed Uganda's commitment to strengthening people-to-people cultural exchange.
Therefore, today's temple fair is not just a cultural festival, but a testament to years of deepened heritage of China and its beautiful traditions.
2026 is the year of the fire hose and spring festival events worldwide, and typical elements of temple fairs in Uganda include lion and dragon dance performances and Chinese folk music, among others. Amwai Vanjuko, Antone Senabulia, for UBC.
Well, it's a happy new year from us to the Chinese community in Uganda. Now, away from that, the State Minister for Works and Transport, Musa Echweru, has assured the public that construction works at Katonga Bridge are progressing well and will soon be motorable. The minister was monitoring the project across Kanungu, Gomba and Mpigi districts.
For Works, Musa Echweru led a team of engineers from the ministry to Katonga Bridge to assess the work progress. The tour commenced the 5-kilometer swamp section connecting Kanungu and Gomba districts. The project at this section is being handled by Rodo Construction Company, a local contractor. Here, the bridge had collapsed, cutting off access between Bugomora sub-county in Kanungu and Kifamba in Gomba district. Travelers used engine boats to cross the flooded section. Area residents say the situation has greatly affected their daily lives.
It costs them a bit of money because this is now an initiative of local people, and also denies them the capacity of the goods and the trade that should be happening here. But the good news is that in the next few weeks and months, the contractor is going to block that part of the river and cause a diversion and open the channels that he has already completed to allow water to be going through those bridges. Once that is done, then traffic can start moving here. The road will not be complete, but traffic can be moving now here.
Minister Echweru assured residents that the road works will be completed within 5 months, and temporary diversion is currently being worked upon to ease movement. The minister dismissed allegations regarding delayed funding of the project, emphasizing that the project is fully funded by the government of Uganda.
This bridge is funded 100% by government of Uganda. 100% by the government of Uganda. We continue to plead to our partners to help us do other parts of the country, do other roads. But this bridge is 100% funded by the government of Uganda.
Minister Echweru says the bridge will be ready for use by April this year, with the official handover to government expected in October.
That the commitment of the contractor and his team and my people in the office who are supervising is to deliver this road before the 2 years elapse. They are going to beat the time and a little bit conclude this a little earlier.
The contract manager and managing director Rodo Construction, Engineer Albert Oleja and Robert Wanimbi, pledged to deliver the project within the agreed timeline. The Katonga Upper Stream Bridge project is estimated to cost 63 billion shillings.
We are supposed to do it up to the end of December, but we think that by June to July we shall be concluding this project.
Meanwhile, after inspecting the upper stream works, the minister proceeded to Katonga Lower Stream Bridge along the Kampala-Masaka Highway project being implemented by CCCC, a Chinese construction company. The Assistant Commissioner for Road Maintenance at the Ministry, Engineer Rose Ngozebwa, pledged close supervision to ensure quality work.
For us as a ministry, we have to ensure that the works are of high quality and the projects are delivered in time.
The resident district commissioner from PG District, Sarah Nanono Kawesi, asked the ministry to enforce tonnage limit once the bridge is completed to ensure durability.
They have to put it in consideration, because if a truck is supposed to take like 26 tons, why do they allow a truck to take 40 tons?
Katonga Bridge project falls under the reconstruction of swamp crossings along the Kampala-Masaka highway, including Lwera, Karandazi, the Katonga, with an estimated total cost of 190 billion shillings.
Now, news coming in from Changkwanzi. Bank employees across Uganda have been urged to embrace modern technology to boost efficiency and enhance service delivery. The call was made by the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Chris Bariomunsi, during a training session for Uganda Development Bank staff at the National Leadership Institute in Changkwanzi. Take a look.
With the rise of technologies like artificial intelligence (AI), new opportunities are emerging to transform the banking sector, improving operational efficiency and streamlining processes.
Obligations, then we have a fallback position. Now, when it gets to mortgaging or perfection of a landed collateral, we're still unfortunately using wet ink. There has been a proposal in the pipeline for a very long time by Ministry of Lands for them to digitalize the process, but I don't know where the challenges are. Unfortunately, that hasn't taken off.
Minister Bariomunsi addressed the staff after completing leadership and national service training at the National Leadership Institute, Changkwanzi. He says adopting modern technologies in banking will enhance operational performance and improve financial services for the public.
An institution to satisfy our customers and many other things, because banks now and other financial institutions, the architecture has also changed.
Dr. Bariomunsi emphasized leveraging technology, urging bank employees to embrace these advancements. He noted that many Ugandans stand to benefit from these innovations, which can also help reduce operational costs.
Etekema amanyi mu kya teknologiya baweereza obuweereza bulungi kubanga banka tezikyali banka ezedda ebizimbe okuweereza n'owandiika mu bitabo. Ennaku zino banka n'ebitongole ebyenjawulo bikozesa gyakalimagezi. Ensonga lwaba nti osobola kukozesa esimu n'ogya ssente ku akawunti yo n'ozisindikira omuntu ku mobile money ng'otoyingidde mu banka. Ensonga lwaba banka tezirina za ATMs ogenda n'akakaadi n'ogyayo esente kuba kati ebya tekinologiya bireetera obuweereza okubeera obulungi. Kati ffe nga ministry eya ICT tujja kuba tukolagana ne banka eya UDB okulaba nti tubiteekemu amaanyi okukolagana nabo okulaba nti erya tekinologiya gyebitambuza emirimu ya bank.
Government is drafting laws to ensure that systems align with current tech trends. A proposal will be introduced in Parliament.
Walimu emikutu eya social media nungi kubanga etuyamba ku communicatinga kwogera naye waliwo abo bagikozesa bubi. Twandiise eteeka policy nga ministry ekwata ku lya communication walimu na lya social media egenda kutuyamba okulungamya engero y'abantu bakozesa mu social media. Twagala social media tugikozesa ogw'enkulaakulana, si wakugikozesa kufuma abantu, okuleeta obukyayi, okuleeta ebyo ebitazimba. Tugenda kugula n'ebyoma tekinologiya empya egenda kutuyamba okufilitalinga kubanga waliwo abakozesa social media bubi.
Dr. Bariomunsi was optimistic that affordable smartphones priced at as low as 40,000 Ugandan shillings are making it easier for more people to access services. Mike Bakabulindi compiled this report.
Thank you for that report. Now, in the Minister of State for Youth and Children Affairs, Balam Barugahara, has said President Museveni performed very well in the recent 15th January 2026 polls, scoring over 70% in Bunyoro sub-region. During a church service at St. Matthew's Cathedral in Masindi district, Balaam hailed the people of Bunyoro sub-region for supporting the president to protect the games.
During the service, the minister donated exercise books to school-going children to support their studies as schools set to reopen on 10th February 2026. Balaam pledged to sponsor the best two pupils, a boy and a girl, who will perform best in the 2026 PLE in the district up to the university.
Today being a special Sunday where children are preparing to head back to school, I've come with books. Those books, each of the people who are coming here and students, please, Church of Uganda, St. Matthew, let's give each child 2 or 3 books based on the number of children that you have.
During the service, Reverend the cathedral's dean, asked the minister to remind the president on the pledges he has been making before the people of Masindi, more especially the renovation of Kabalega Primary School, the Bishop's Car, among others.
I appreciate the president for the pledge he made to buy the Bishop's Car and also Kabalega Primary School renovation. Because Kabalega Primary School, it is a historical school. It was started in 1914. It has been in existence for over 100 years.
The minister promised to take the message to the president and have them fulfilled in an appropriate time. He also donated 50 bags of cement and other construction materials to support the completion of the cathedral. He also gave out over 20 wheelchairs to the church.
President, and on behalf of NRM and on behalf of all Bunyoro, I want to congratulate the people of Bunyoro for voting here in Kamsende as your presidential candidate, as your president-elect in the just concluded election in January. Like the dean said, recently I sent bikes for the disabled people, 5 of them, and you know that there were so many people who are affected with such a problem. I think now that you have told the media people who can't move out for a long time, I'll send you additional 5 bikes.
Bargahara said work at Bunyoro University has already started.
Now, UBC News Tonight still has so much gist for you, but we'll take a break and return.
So, Muchala.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. Huh? For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later. Huh?
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
It's back, bigger and with more business opportunities. It's the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo Poate 2026, Uganda's flagship tourism event. Poate 2026 will take place from the 21st to the 23rd of May 2026 at the Speak Resort Convention Center, Munyonyo, under the theme Wanderlust. It's your time to thrive. Yes, it's your time to tap into Uganda's renewed optimism and tourism growth. Tourism stakeholders, travel trade partners, and tourism enthusiasts will be part of the Poate 2026. Come and network with like-minded people and unlock new business opportunities. To participate, register at www.poate.co.ug. Poate 2026 is brought to you by Uganda Tourism Board and partners.
Welcome back from the break, and now in our news, moving on. The Toro sub-region is celebrating the promotion of a member of the Central Executive Committee of the Patriotic League of Uganda, Basaliza Henry Mutegechi. The appointment was announced by the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who praised Basaliza as a great cadre from Toro. Basaliza has pledged to deepen grassroots mobilization and strengthen national unity.
The chairperson of the Patriotic League of Uganda, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, has promoted PLU Toro Sub-Region Coordinator Henry Basaliza Mutegechi to the Executive Committee. The appointment highlights the confidence and trust placed in Basaliza's leadership and mobilization ability.
And today I would like to extend my sincere and deepest gratitude to our chairman of the Patriotic League for this great honor of appointing me to the Central Committee. Let me also take this opportunity to congratulate His Excellency retired General Reverend Museveni, who won these elections overwhelmingly. The people of Uganda have spoken. The people of Uganda have decided. The decision is yours, and honestly, we are very grateful. And let me also make this clarion call that the people of Uganda should now stand up and support the President-elect, retired General Museveni, for the next 5 years, to make sure that he performs well and gives us the service that we require as Ugandans.
Basaliza told UBC TV the elevation will strengthen PLU organizational structure and reflect the collective effort of PLU structures and supporters across the country.
Well, they should expect a lot from me as I have performed before. From the time I was appointed as the coordinator for Toro sub-region, I think I've done my work to the best of expectations. And that's why you see our chairman has gone ahead to promote me to the Central Executive Committee. That is a show of confidence. That is a proof that I have performed to the best of my ability. So I think by elevation of the Central Executive Committee, I also come to add a hand to make sure that we take the Patriotic League of Uganda forward. Our values are very clear. We are patriotic Ugandans who look at where Uganda is heading. So on my part, I will do what it takes to make sure that I add value in the Central Committee and the entire Patriotic League of Uganda.
He is widely credited for playing a strategic mobilization role during the last general elections under the Tuko Pamoja Corporation.
On my part, from Toro sub-region, we did mobilize the masses to go and vote. We did mobilize the masses to go and vote NRM. And indeed, the case in point is Kanungu district that scored 98.6, being the third in the whole country, and all the other districts in Toro sub-region performed pretty well.
Henry Basaliza Mutegechi is an accomplished businessman with a chain of several businesses in Uganda, Nairobi and Dubai, employing over 850 Ugandans. He holds a bachelor's degree in social work and social administration, a master's of arts in diplomacy and international relations. He has served as the Deputy Prime Minister of Toro Kingdom. Tanaba Kenneth reports for UBC TV.
Now, NRM's party voters for Vincent Nyanzi, who contested for the Busuju parliamentary seat, are demanding the Electoral Commission to investigate the irregularities in the just concluded election. Thousands of Vincent Nyanzi's supporters marched peacefully from Manyi Trading Center to his residence in Chivuvu, singing songs that praised their candidate. Take a look.
Before converging Vincent Nyanzi's home, business along Mityana Road at Manyi Trading Center came to a standstill as supporters marched holding branches, singing songs, praising their candidate. This follows in the just concluded election in Busuju Parliamentary Seat Electoral Commission, announcing David Karwanga winner with over 120,000 votes and Vincent Nyanzi with 110,000 votes.
Very big gathering today. Residents of Busuju have all gathered in Honorable Vincent Nyanzi's home, purposely to demand for their victory. The biggest percentage of people of Busuju gave their votes to Honorable Vincent Nyanzi.
The reason why these people have gathered here, they have pain. They have pain, women, men, youth, and everybody. They are crying because Honorable Nyanzi did not go through. And they voted him serious. I think you have seen the gathering.
Supporters are protesting the election result.
From Honorable Vincent Nyanzi and people of Busuju, we are here to demand for our victory. People of Mitiana and Busuju at large, they were mobilized and voted for NRM. That's why we are here today. Honorable Nyanzi was cheated. For the fairness, we have called upon Honorable Kasolo, the second member, Vice Chairperson of Uganda, Secretary General, Honorable Richard Todong, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. We are here today. Please kindly intervene so that we get our victory. You come and help Honorable Vincent Nyanzi so that our people remain safe to avoid any problems in Busuju.
Fred Kasibante compiled this report.
In more news, the PFF Secretary General Aziz Kariejida says that the victory was attributed to the party structures put in place and teamwork during the voting process. Senior leaders in the People's Front for Freedom Party have celebrated their 2 MPs who won in the recently concluded general elections. Now, Honorable Betty Eol Achan took the Gulu City Woman Member of Parliament seat, and Honorable Asinanasi Nyakato took the Hoima City Woman Member of Parliament, both former FDC members.
Kariejida made the remarks during the celebrations for the party's win, having managed to at least get 2 members of parliament in the just concluded elections.
Easy, but as a new party and as the administrator of the party, that is PFF, I'm very happy for the trust that people gave me because I was the chairperson campaign task force.
He emphasized reconciliation among all political parties, which the country needs for the development.
This is a struggle, much as our mentor, our engine, that is retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besige, is still in the prison. We managed to come up and say, with or without him, the struggle must continue. He's in prison, yes, but we are struggling. We are going to build on this to demand for his fair trial or even unconditional release.
Honorable Asnas Nakato, the newly elected Hoima Member of Parliament, garnered 17,000 votes, leaving her closest contender, NRM's Princess Diana Mujenyi, with 15,000 votes.
I want to assure them that as my manifesto stood before them, that I'm going to add my voice to advocate tirelessly for Bunyoro University. I'm going to make sure that I fulfill what I prayed for my people of Hoima City and Bunyoro.
Hoima City male Member of Parliament, Ismail Kasule, and Mayor Isingoma Edward, both independent, say the city is embattled with garbage, something that will be key on agenda as soon as they are sworn into office.
Garbage or rubbish within the city. We have had some visits, what you would call benchmarking in Mbarara, Masaka, and also in Gulu and Lira. And the issue was to find out best practices that they use in these areas to be able to manage garbage. And I want to believe that the moment we come into office, we shall be able to deal with the garbage.
Now is to ensure that we work for the people. Look at the issues that people best on to vote for us. So we are going to have very many engagements because what we promised our people, that we are going to ensure that we develop the Bunyoro agenda.
Following previous party grievances within the Forum for Democratic Change opposition party, a faction of former members registered a new party known as People's Front for Freedom under the guidance of Dr. Kiza Besigye, who's currently remanded at Ruzira prisons. Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara Gizamba.
Thank you, Helen Gizamba, for that report. Now, residents of Kanungu district in the Chigeze region have praised the Ugandan government under His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for the sustained investment in education, saying it has widened access to learning and skills for socio-economic transformation. Take a look.
The commendation was voiced in Kihihi town during a ceremony where former Kanungu woman MP aspirant and educationist Council Esther Majambiri Musoke rewarded best performers in the 2025 primary living examinations.
I want to thank the education department for the efforts they put in to ensure that they prepare our children for P7 and to ensure that their scripts are all delivered to the marking centers and that all the results come back.
Majambiri donated over 600 mattresses to top pupils from both government and private schools, including learners with disabilities, to promote inclusion and dignity.
Received gifts of mattresses coming from Chinchizi Work Together Foundation, where I and my family are directors. We have also witnessed that private schools performed better than government-aided schools.
She reaffirmed her commitment to supporting education and urged the government to increase funding to public schools, noting that most top PLE performers emerged from private institutions.
My appeal is to the government and to the leaders to put more emphasis, more effort on the government-aided schools. I know some of the challenges to do with government-aided schools is having less teachers, so we need to fill the positions of teachers.
District Education Office applauded parents and hailed the initiative for motivating academic excellence.
And her encouragement has increased our performance. Most learners performed well, and we want to appreciate her and request her to continue encouraging our young ones, encouraging our learners. We have seen a great increase in the number of candidates compared to last year. Our number has increased by 369 compared with the pupils we had last year.
I also want to say special thanks to the First Lady, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, who is also the Minister of Education and Sports, for the good environment, for the improvements in the education sector. We are no longer having cases where children were refused to sit exams because the school administration did not submit registration fees. We have also not had many cases where results did not come back.
Now, the head teacher at Kingsway Primary School, Chimeda Agre, has advised schools that have found difficulty in the study of science and social studies to utilize the upcountry study about nature. He says the environment will enable learners comprehend what they learn. This was during a Thanksgiving for the Kingsway Primary School in Seguku. Now, out of the 145 pupils who sat for the PLE exams, 110 passed with first grade.
Had a Thanksgiving ceremony for our candidates of the academic year 2025, where we registered 145 candidates, and 114 of them scored Division 1 and 31 scored Division 2, and 4 of our candidates registered aggregate 4. The appeal here at Kingsway, our appeal to you is that you remain disciplined.
Mimbwa Nekambuza, by the grace of God, in charge of St. Apollo Chivevlaya Seguku, where this school, Kingsway Primary School, is under the same church. We want to thank God today, and we really appreciate Kingsway Primary School for recognizing that all the success, all the good grades regarding the P7 candidates came from the Lord. We thank the Lord for this grace. Many schools don't come back to give thanks to the Lord, but today we are here at Kingsway Primary School to glorify the name of the Lord. We appeal to all other schools. Once you get good grades, once you receive the success, please come back and give thanks to the Lord. Regarding our children, this is just the beginning. This success is a step to another struggle in life in terms of education. So I appeal to them to be ambassadors of Kingsway Primary School. Wherever
So, Muchala.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later.
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
Now in Jinja City, a community football tournament is doing more than just producing winners on the pitch. The Mwase football tournament is helping keep children off the streets, fighting teenage pregnancies, drug abuse, and giving hope through sports and vocational skills.
Gathered to cheer the final matches of the Mwase football tournament at Mwase Vocational Grounds in Jinja. For the past 2 months, different teams have competed in league matches, with the final four battling it out today. A player, Joy Tosobira, competed among boys. Joy's courage reflects the tournament's wider mission of inclusion and confidence.
When I was still young, I used to see my dad playing football. I didn't know that I will be part of those people who will play football. When I grew up, I started getting interested in playing football. Now at this time, I am here with some boys who are playing football. We are in the tournament, and I'm the only girl playing.
CEO Heta Vocational Institute, Helen Chirunda, says such investment prevents bigger social problems in future.
We are having a tournament, and we have named it Mwase Cup. It is the first one of the year, but it mainly came up, or how the idea was initiated was because we are in a neighborhood. We're in Wanyange, Jinja City, but we're in a neighborhood where we have so many children who half the time don't have anywhere to play from or spend the day. December is usually our longest holiday. So we have kids loitering the streets, doing too much on irrelevant things. So what we decided is, how do we bring people and the kids in one place so that they don't waste time and do the wrong things. So right now, Mwase Cup came up this holiday. For the last 2 months, we've been having different leagues. They come here in the evening just to get them off the street.
Meanwhile, organizers face challenges of poverty.
The other challenges are finance. Yes, as you are seeing, the kids, they don't have shoes, they don't have kits. We have got from other teams. So those are challenges. And as the organizer, for a start, something are missing too much.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Thank you, Mary Namukose, for that report. And on that note, that brings us to the end of the first episode of UBC News tonight. Thank you so much for your company. My name is Moureen Babirye with my colleague Mohamed Mogalu on Sign Language. But for now, I'll leave you with an episode of Buza Commissioner that will enlighten you about Uganda Revenue Authority. Goodbye for now.
Inspiring Uganda.
Jananiluwum Day is a public holiday in Uganda, annually celebrated on 16th February. It marks the day in 1977